So, hello everyone. I just did a short, I wanted to do just a very short video about the difference between issues and crisis because I just had a session and some questions came up. So, just running through this very, very quickly. When you have an issue, so an issue is something that happened, something negative happened, against a body, an organization, or whatever you may call it. And the focus is usually on that issue, the incident itself, whether it was a product recall, there was an accident of some sort. It's focused on what happened in that place, in that space, and in that time. All of the drama, everything is happening in a very, is confined, contained within a specific context. And interested parties are local, so it's mostly people in the immediate environment that are going to be, concerned with it. And external scrutiny is limited. So maybe yes, you may get some interest from people in the community, maybe a little bit of conversation here and there, and the threat and the risk to the business, the organization, or the entity at that time is quantifiable. That's number four under the issues here. Is you can still quantify it in terms of okay, even if there's a reputation risk, it's really just around this incident. It's just this product, or it's just this service, or it was just this customer, it was just this supplier, that kind of thing. So communications is very important, of course, resolving the issue, so and communications, having your messaging, doing your engagement, all of that is quite important. And, that's the way I would describe it. But if it is mismanaged, if this, depending on how the issue is and how it begins to then fester and grow, it could escalate into a crisis. Again, like I said, it could, it depends on that. But now a crisis is something that is not just about an incident, something really colossal has happened. A lot of people have heard about it. There's a lot of conversation going on, threats to your reputation. People are beginning to ask, who is this company? What are you doing here? How did this even happen in the first place? You're getting calls from all over the place. Reputation is being threatened, license to operate, stakeholders are getting agitated. What then happens in a crisis situation is the focus is now on the company or the entity, not so much about whatever it is that led to the crisis is no longer important. They're now looking at you. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Do you understand what I'm saying? So interested parties are now far and wide. You'll begin to find people commenting from outside the country, commenting from different parts of, people who have no business with your brand, or, you're wondering, excuse me, who called you into it? Yes, crisis has called them into it. The external scrutiny is unlimited. You will be, I mean, as in you can't even, some people may become so interested, you'll be wondering, please, how does this concern you? That's what happens in a crisis situation. The threat and the risk is therefore unquantifiable. You can actually lose everything at that point because it's no longer about the incident. It's now about you. You are the problem. The entity is now the problem. So under that kind of context, communications is make or break. It's not just only important. And this is what we find many times. If you do not recognize this, you're in a crisis and you are treating communications as just something that is important to do, not realizing that is a make or break situation, you're likely to make mistakes. If the response is mismanaged, not just in terms of communication, but also in terms of actually solving the problem, it may signal the beginning of the end. And there are many examples to draw from. So this is why we say crisis management training and crisis communications training is important for professionals, particularly so that you differentiate between what an issue is when you're in a crisis and you ensure that you are careful and you know what to do in such a situation, because then the stakes are really high. They're higher than anything that you may ever have faced in your professional life as a communications professional. Knowing what to do and what not to do is absolutely important. So